Hello, Internet. I'm James. You might know me from Beer Ritz if you live in Leeds. It's that time of year again. It's the time of year when a certain beer makes its appearance, and I thought I'd do a little video just about that beer, just to kind of explain why I think it might well be one of the most important beers in the UK. I am talking, of course, about Magic Rock's Unhuman Cannonball, the 11% triple IPA that always tends to make its appearance round about this time of year. It makes me feel really, really old, but I remember working the very first release dates, the first two release dates actually, of Unhuman Cannonball, back when it came in a big bottle, a bottle like that. Obviously that's not Unhuman Cannonball, that's Strongman from 2013. I'm not opening that tonight. But it came in that big 660ml bottle back then. And those two shifts that I worked in 2013 and 2014 were among the most special and fun, exciting shifts I've ever worked. Because the excitement that this beer generated was so palpable. It reminded me a little of the scenes in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, when all the kids are coming in looking for Wonka bars, trying to see if they might get a golden ticket. It's exactly like that. People were kind of poking their head around the door and saying, "Have you got it?" And I'm saying, "Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's over there." And seeing people so happy to be able to get something at the time that was so limited and so rare and so exciting. It was really, really fun. Those big bottles, big 660ml bottles that weren't exactly cheap, sold out within hours. It was the first hype beer that the UK had ever really had, I think. It was the first one that genuinely made people excited enough to travel specifically for it, to make an effort to go and grab it. And nowadays, the industry's kind of changed, and that seems to be kind of the norm, almost. More and more breweries are kind of basing their models on that. People like Cloudwater, Verdant, Dea, and so on. But that's the thing. You can trace hype back to things like Pliny and so on from the States. But this was the first thing in the UK that ever really kind of generated that feeling. There's certainly been a big kind of shift away from people coming into the shop and buying old favourites and core range stuff. Now people head straight towards the new beer section. And I think this little beer here is the one that kind of laid the groundwork for all that. It's two little brothers, Human and Neo-Human Cannonball this year, are very welcome additions, but this was the one. Back in 2013, this was the one that everyone was trying to get onto. I think because of that, because it laid the groundwork for the way that the industry works these days, I think there's a case to be made for it to be considered alongside things like Landlord and London Pride and Jaipur and Punk as being one of the UK's most important beers. That's what I think anyway. But the most important thing about it is how it tastes, isn't it? So let's crack it open. Sadly, I don't have a Bollica on me today. I've got a Teku. Nice 2-old Teku. Immediately, even just cracking that can, that big hoppy, resinous kind of aroma's coming up already. So let's see what we make of it. Lovely kind of golden colour. Oh yeah. It's got that kind of orangey hue. I'll stop there just now. It doesn't look it on this kind of camera angle, but it's got a hot haze to it, but it's not murky. There's a haze to it, but it's certainly, I can see. Well, we can't on this video, but we can certainly see in person a wee shadow kind of behind it. It's certainly not a murk bomb, not a haze bomb as they tend to be these days. So the aroma is lovely. Kind of caramelly, marmalade-y sort of stuff, kind of preserved orangey things. There's a big orangey note, actually. Yeah, kind of candied fruits, that sort of thing. That's gorgeous. Stone fruit as well, kind of coming through. Let's see what we make of it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's big, it's bitter, it's dry. That kind of marmalade thing is coming through really nicely. There's kind of tropical citrus notes playing around in there. Resin kind of kicks at the end, and there's a slight kind of sweet malt note on the end, but it's really bitter. It's got that good kind of bitter, grippy kick to it. It's dry as well. I mean, there's a sense of sweetness there, but the predominant character is dryness. Yeah, there's a bit of booze as well, and that is almost to style. I think it's certainly welcome. I think it's an 11% triple IPA called Unhuman Cannonball. It's not supposed to be subtle. It's supposed to give you a whack around the chops with flavour, and that extra booziness there works for the higher notes. It sort of lifts that higher bitterness, those kind of that citrusy pitty note. It kind of accentuates that and makes it a bit more potent. It's lovely. I love it because it doesn't kowtow to the norms of the day, as it were. It's not low bitterness. It's not especially juicy. It's certainly no New England. If it's anywhere in the US, this is West Coast through and through. And I love that because, again, this is the beer that sets the path. It shouldn't follow that. It shouldn't follow trends in beer willy-nilly. It should continue to be itself, and it very much is. It's an improved version of the same beer that we launched back in 20. I say we, that I sold back in 2013. The beer is gorgeous. I'm not going to sit here and witter on about it any longer. I'm going to enjoy this. It's Saturday night. We might still have, by the time you watch this, we may well still have some at the shop. And we certainly do at the time I'm filming this. So, I'm going to say cheers, and I'm going to enjoy this. And if you like this, then I might catch you some other time. Cheerio.